What's up guys, EP16 here, back with another episode of Skill to Division 1. And this episode I'm not really going to be talking about the gameplay. I do have a topic to talk about, and that is that don't judge people, and that, like, recently an incident happened. I'm not going to say who, but there was a YouTube video that was sent to me, or you could say on Skype, and it was of a YouTube. Obviously I'm not going to name the channel and all that because, you know, I just don't think it's right to do so. And he does a career mode. I think he's starting a career mode, and a few people were like, I don't think they were only having a laugh, but they were taking the mick a little bit because he sounds like he's a bit, like, you know, I'm not trying to be harsh on him because he might not be. He might just been a bad reader, because he looked like he was like reading, you know, like he had written down what he was saying and all that, and he sounded like he was a bit special, like he had special needs or something like that. And I just found that a bit, like, because my mum works in a special needs school, like an assistant teacher, so I found that a bit like harsh, and I was like not upset about it, but I was like pretty pissed off with the guys for it, and so was like another person who was in the call with me, and I'm sure they didn't mean any harm by it. But it kind of got to me a little bit, and it made me think, like, oh, we're all different. We're not all, like, you know, perfect like some people, like, you know, like the stars and, you know, what have you. And it made me think a little bit about, like, just because he's got special needs or whatever is wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with him. He might not. He might have just been a bad reader, and he just seemed a bit slow. Just because of that, he doesn't mean that they should be treated any different or laughed at or anything like that, because you don't know the guy, you don't know what he's like, and everyone's different, like I've already mentioned, and it just got to me a little bit, so I decided to do a commentary on it instead of talking about the gameplay, because I thought it'd be a bit more interesting. So the next time you see someone, maybe they're in a wheelchair, or they've got some form of disability, or maybe they just don't look like normal, in quotation marks, I'm doing that, then don't laugh at them, don't take the piss out of them. I'm sure a lot of you wouldn't, but there is people out there that would, and are a bit heartless. Do you know what I mean? It's just not nice. It's not right. It's not their fault they're like that. If they have problems, it's not their fault at all. I know a few people that have certain disabilities, and I'm not going to say what, but they have certain things, and, you know, I just treat them like normal people, because that's what they are. Just because they have a certain disability. Maybe it can be as small as, like, being dyslexic or something like that, to being something really serious. You know, it just gets to be a little bit. So I decided to do a commentary on it. In this game, I did do pretty badly. Well, these two games. The first game I got smashed, as you will have already seen, and this game I managed to win. But I made this new team. I'm struggling with it a little bit because the midfield's a bit open, because the three midfielders are all very attacking. As you see that cracking effort from I don't even know who that was from, actually. I think it was Eduardo. So I'm going to try and make a second team, just because I don't know. I'm not sure about this team. I've only just made it as well, so I'm going to keep playing with it. I'm going to make another team though, a few more defensive players in there, so that I can rotate. But it will be a cheaper team, because this team did cost me quite a lot. Like, Boateng cost me like quite a few coins. I think it cost me like 20k, which is pretty ridiculous. I thought it was way cheaper than that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about that, guys. Obviously I'm not going to ask for anything in the comments about it, you know, but I just wanted to get my point across. Don't everyone's different, and don't treat people like, you know, like any different than you would to a normal person if you see them with a certain disability or something like that, because I personally wouldn't. I think it's just shallow and low. So if you've enjoyed this video, and I've just been ranting, but if you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like, and if you're not already, subscribe, because we're 2 subs away from 300, so that would be great.